And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to lovely Eden Prairie, Minnesota, the community center and the home of the Eden Prairie Eagles as they play host tonight to the Lakeville South Cougars on Teachers Night here from Eden Prairie. The JV game wrapped up, started a little bit early, and wrapped up early as well, and they were able to get through the teacher intros, and here we are ready to go. Another quality contest right here on the MNHockey.tv. Taking a look at this matchup, the Eden Prairie Eagles enter this game at 10-6-2 on the season. They've scored an average of 3.67 goals per game. They've allowed 3 exactly against. Their power play percentage is impressive as they click at 27.8%, and they kill off 75% of the man advantages against them. Looking at the Eagles as they enter this one, still in the top 10 of the most recent Let's Play Hockey rankings and the Coaches Association poll. They're coming off a loss to the Edina Hornets by a score of 5-2 this past Saturday right here we had on the TV, and it was a good one. Defeated Wayzata 5-3 at the pick, and then they were shut out by Minnetonka by a score of 4-0 right here. We're going to be back at it on the MNHockey.tv coming up on Saturday the 2nd from Pagel Activity Center. Looking forward to that one. For the Eagles, they'll then head into next week where it will be Stillwater, Wayzata, Benilde St. Margaret's. Following week, Edina and Hopkins to close out the season. Henry Welsh is going to get the nod in goal for the Lakeville South Cougars. The defenseman starting on the back line will be Griffin Ludke, and then he'll also be joined by number 21, Jack Malinsky. Up front for the Cougars is going to be number 14, Jack Novak, and he's going to be joined by number 10, Nico Aguilera. The final forward will be Zach Ulrich, the 5'10 junior. Of course, Yanni Kivialmi is your head coach of the Lakeville South Cougars. Brett Franz, Lee Eggstrom, Corey Campbell, Chris Campbell, Bodie Engum, and Craig Shepard, along with Nick Smallage, make out a very robust coaching staff. Starting in goal for the Eagles will be number 31, Ben Bullis. On the blue line will be one of the captains of this edition, Keegan Langfells, and he'll be joined by Luke Middlestad. Up front will be the sophomore, number 8, Drew Holt. He'll be joined by number 18, Jack Jensen in the middle, and the right wing will be number 17, Sam Wilhite. The Cougars 10-7-0 on the season. They're scoring 3.76 per game, a little more stingy on the defensive side, a 2.18 goals against average. They've got a 22% power play and a very sturdy 85.2% penalty kill. We'll now pause for your national anthem. We're going to drop the puck in a matter of moments. A little bit of freelancing there on your national anthem, and not a bad job. Todd Grover, our camera operator, who's not only the best of the biz at that, but also a great, what are you, alto tenor? What do we call you? A what? Okay, straight tenor. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Straight tenor. Gave me the old eyebrow on the guitar solo that occurred in the middle of the national anthem. It was great. All right, folks, we're about ready to get things underway. Don't forget, on our other channel, we got Edina Wayzata going at it from Braemar Arena. They look like they're a little bit behind. They had to squeeze the girls' game in as well, one that was postponed, but here is the one that matters most for all of us. It is, of course, the Lakeville South Cougars and the Eden Prairie Eagles, two well-matched additions, at least in the record category. Eagles looking to get to playoff form right now as they continue to hone their game. Head coach Lee Smith is joined on the bench by Paul Ranheim and Tom Gertis. Gertie, as we like to affectionately refer to him. Welsh in one end. The maroon, gold, and white of the Cougars moving from left to right across your screen, are the Eagles possessing, as it'll be Langfells ahead to Holt, who will gather it in and play this one off the boards. He's going to be cut off on the play, though, that by Jack Malinsky. And now it's going to be Luke Middlestad from the line as he's going to walk it back in behind the net. Middlestad with it now, bothered on the play. He's being hounded by Aguilera. Out of the corner they go. They'll cycle it back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Will Height to get there first ahead of Jack Malinsky, as now Jensen in to help out. Jensen now kicks it up the wall, and on it now it's going to be Griffin Lutke, and it's going to be picked off again by Jensen. Good jump here by the Eagles to start the contest. Jensen snapper, and a nice save made there. Going down to get it was the goaltender Henry Welsh as he hangs on. The faceoff will come up to his left. You'll see he'll toe the line a little bit there. Will Height with the screen in front. No problem there. Another face-off win. Rudrud now plays this up to the line. Argetsinger's shot off the blocker pad of Welsh. Pager will play it to an open wing, and back in behind the net it's going to be Reese Calderon. He'll play this ahead. Now here they come. The Cougars in control with it. Adam Harvey looks to the left wing side. Harry Portner. This is our fifth Cougars game. Oh, and a big check there at the line. Let's take a look at this one on replay. Rudrud right into Middlestad. You'll see this one right off the turnover here at the center ice area. And here we go. Ready? Whoops. Face-off win by the Eagles. They're 3 for 3 in that category. Argetsinger looks ahead to John Middlestad as he looks for Smith off the right skate there, as it's Aaron Holes with it. Now it's John Middlestad. That's off. Argetsinger back into the corner behind the net. Argetsinger lays that over for Pager. Up ahead it goes to Garrett Smith. Protects and bumps off the boards. It's on the stick of Tucker Schumacher, but then turned back over. John Middlestad wanted to pull it to the slot area. He couldn't get it. Rudrud was trolling as well. Back into the corner it goes, guided behind the net by the Cougars. They're going to chase this puck with Sam Alasky. Pinching down as Argetsinger as he guides it back up on his own to the right point. Poked off his stick. Nice play there by Calderon. Into Eagle territory it goes. They're going to regroup with Kai Stansberry on that one. And now it's going to be picked up by Bullis behind his own net. Here comes Pager with it. Gets away from the oncoming Jake Steinhagen. Now across the line. He's got Jones with him. And the Cougars will regroup back up ice with it with Steinhagen. He'll play the boards. Stansberry right back off those same boards in front of his own bench area. Now Pager comes together. Stansberry back on the stick it goes. That wide of the mark. It misses it all the way to the near side it goes. Now it's going to be Cam Langfells up the line. Batchelder was there. Played back in and behind. Back behind the net they go. The Eagles now. Clayton Schultz was there. Now it's going to be Jones with it. Loses the handle, and look out. It's Aaron Holes with it to the near side. Back in behind the net it goes. Malinsky is there, watched by Batchelder. Malinsky now plays it around the boards, back up to the right wing side as they try to find an opening. Batchelder walks down, spun off the play as a Cougar player, and they're going to chip this one back into the neutral zone. Schultz, bothered and watched by Aaron Holes. Schultz up, flutters that through center. Malinsky is there as he plays that one down, and that's going to be whistled. With a hand pass, Cougars back into their own zone we go. Tonight's coverage presented in part by Walzer Toyota. Be sure to check them out. One price fits all, one price, best price. Right there in Bloomington, Minnesota, right next to Sensors. My good friend Joe Sensors off 494 and France Avenue. Also coverage presented by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com. 7 companies from home building to wealth management, capital bank, mortgages, and the rest. They got you taken care of under one shop. Luke Middlestat with it now. Off the boards to center. That's going to be handled by Wilhite. Looks for Jensen. Now it's going to be chopped to the near boards. On that play was Zach Ulrich. Now controlled by Keegan Langfels. Luke Middlestat, dangerously in front of the net area. Keegan Langfels quickly to center ice. Now a one-on-one battle. It's handled there by Lutke of the Cougars and offside at the line. With 13:33 to go here in period number 1. Score reads 0-0. Nice job by Middlestad to win that battle across the line as he works it through. And they look in front of the bench area, or the slot area there, rather. Smith kicks that over to John Middlestad, tries to work on Harvey, who turns him to the corner. Now Middlestad turns away from Harvey, stays on the puck. One-timer, Rudrud turned aside. Nice save by Henry Welsh. Glassing out, no ice on the play as Luke Middlestad will be watched on the play by Riley Portner. Portner works an angle. Middlestat gets a stick in there. Bullis with a big save. Oh, he had to be big there. Look at the forecheck and the hounding job done here by Portner on Luke Middlestat back in behind the net. Gets a stick inside. You see the hand go up there. Gets a turnover. Very impressive save there by the Eagle goaltender as he didn't bail off his post. And we keep it 0-0. That was his first test of the game, and he came up big. Argetsinger jams on the brakes, looks up high to the right to Stansberry as that's going to be stopped on the pinch, and jammed on the play is Schumacher. Pager rings it for Batchelder, cut off on the way there by Steinhagen. And now here comes Jones. He has a 2-on-1 with Stansberry. Jones to Stansberry, shoots, and a nice save. Oh, nice 2-on-1, nice save, great execution all the way across the board. You'll see this one picked up across the line. Stansberry, nice job on the defensive side there by Sam Alaski to take the dangerous Jones, Carson Jones, off the play there and really left the shooting angle to the goaltender. Why not when you got the captain on your squad who's been very steady. Nice pad save off the Pager bid from the left point. Sent right back in by Argetsinger, back in behind the net. Ludke, now they're going to play this to the left wing side. Down to make the play is Kroll. And now it's going to be handled by Gunderson. Turns back in behind the net. On the stick of Ludke. And they'll walk this to the circle. That's spun off the stick of Batchelder. Good strength on the wheels there to play this one into the corner with Carson Jones on it. Now Batchelder plays back for Stansberry. Can't get it there, though, as it hits the defense and Griffin Ludke on the way through. The Cougars now will transition across the line. Picked up the change there is Ryan Williams behind the net for Bullis. It goes. Bullis is going to ring it to the left wing side. On the stick now of Tucker Schumacher. Jones plays ahead for Wilhite. Now it's the Cougars to find an opening and send that one right back in. Bullis lays that one down for Pager. Watched on the forecheck by Ulrich. Cut off at the line. Nice job by Novak. Cougars now to the high slot area. Now it's going to be Holt back out of the zone for the Eagles with a little pep. To the right wing side, Wilhite, stick save turned aside by Welsh as they're going to bump this one off the boards. Now Jensen plays for Cam Langfels, right wing side, open wing, wrapped right back in by Wilhite. Cut off by Welsh, gathered in now by Alaski. He plays back in behind the net. They'll look to control. To the right wing side on the puck now, that's Reese Calderon. Back into the neutral for Aguilera. Stopped by Schultz, supported by Wilhite. Now Schultz again from center. Sends that one. Look out. Had to have a quick stick there for Welsh on the funny carom. Schultz with the read from the right side of the corner. The defenseman plays back in behind. Nice pass by Jensen to Rudrud off his stick. Now Cam Langfels shot into the skates, the wickets of Aaron Holes. Now it's going to be at the line. Here they come. Cougars back up off the right wing side with Portner. Wrister off the mark and the glass as it's held in at the line, but here comes Jensen. He's dangerous with this speed. Across the line, looks to get away from one man. Down he goes. Plays it back in behind. Delayed penalty coming up. Schultz misses the mark. Get on goal. And it's gathered in by Welsh. There's the tail end right there. For some reason, our replay froze. How rare. I'll have my replay guy take a look at that, see what the heck is going on. So Malinsky goes for a slash. We'll see that Eagle power play mentioned in the onset. Really good at about 28%. Luke Middlestat now washed on the play, but the Cougars kill at 85. That's a number any team would be happy to take with them and cash that one in the bank. Sent back in wide of the mark. Bullis will set up with 9:40 to go in the period, a minute and a half to go in the Eagle power play. John Middlestat with it. And now it's going to be Jensen gets away from the oncoming Aaron Holes. Jensen angles his way across the line, plays to the left wing side. Rudrud will play this one back into the corner. Handled by the Cougars to the line. Nice job with the wickets there. Luke Middlestat, well-rounded defenseman. Up to the top he goes. Walks to the left wing side. Now he's going to leave back up for Rudrud. High off the glass and around it goes. Middlestat from the sideboards with it. Plays back over for Jensen. Glove down. And now it's going to be played back up through center ice. I threw that sideboards out there for Gino Peluso as he had a terrific tweet about how everybody's kind of using these words they heard on NHL Network. So whatever happened to sideboards, get on them and back check. Terrific. Back in behind the net. Wilhite with it. He'll control left wing side. One-timer. Glove save and a beauty right there by Welsh. Keegan Langfell's on the bid. You'll see how they work it back in behind Holt. Nice job to open up and kind of fade away from the checker there, and he got it up to Langfells, who had an opening there. And Welsh, once again, your goaltender, comes up and makes a terrific save. 26 to go in the man advantage and 8:32 to go in the period. Face-off win. Puck sent back down by the Cougars. Keegan Langfells is going to wind it back up out of the zone as he's bothered on the play. Finds Holt. Look out, sliding over is Ulrich to make the play. But Holt's going to stay on this one back in behind the net. Puck will be rung up high for Keegan Langfells. Picked up by Holt. Just about it for the penalty. That one buzzed wide by Batchelder. And that does it. Stepping back on the ice for the Cougars was Jack Malinsky. 0 for 1 on the power play of the Eagles. Now it's Novak off the left wing boards. Tries to get it up the rail for Aguilera. But Wilhite is there. Aguilera as well. Now Novak comes away with it. Left wing side cut off by Keegan Langfells, rather. Left wing pass for Batchelder. Shot up high off the arm. Got the elbow on that one, did Welsh. Good positional save by the Cougar goaltender. Jones, pulls it, shoots. What a bid there. In on goal, it's stopped and held on to. Watch this little action here by Carson Jones. Picks it up right here. Whoop, look at that. Fires it through. The big rebound. They continue. You never do any flybys for you young kids at home. That's how it's done. 7:36 to go in the period. Back off the end boards. Lilliard plays that one for Stansberry in front. Backhander. Oh, what a save again. Kresbach on the bid, and Welsh the big save. You'll get a good look at this one over here. Off the corner, turnaround attempt. Eagles with some chances here, and Welsh has proven in the games we've done. This, as I said, our 5th of the year of the Cougars. We're going to close out our coverage with Panthers Cougars of Lakeville. The Battle of Lakeville continues. The first game they had was an overtime winner for Lakeville North by a score of 4-3 in a very tense battle. It was a terrific environment. It was just great stuff all the way across the board. Here we got a good one brewing again. Stansberry at the line keeps it in. And back up ice they go with it. Mike Kruger on that puck as they play that one ahead. Now it's going to be Portner's shot that's blocked. And now it's going to be played to the left wing side. Chopped at by Malinsky. As they look back up to the left wing side, that gets away from Lilliard. Back to center it goes. Kresbach was there. Aaron Holes to the right wing side for Harvey. Spun and hit there on the play. That was by Sam Pager. And now it's going to be carried out of the zone by Stansberry. 1-on-5 essentially, going to try to create. To the corner it goes with Ludke watching him. Stansberry plays the body. It's fished by Gunderson. Played to the left wing side, and it's going to be Rudrud. Gets away from one man. Down he goes. Penalty coming up. Oohs and ahs from the Lakeville South side. They don't like it. Let's take a look at this one on replay, but needless to say, it'll be the second power play for the Eagles. There it is. Oh, yeah, back of that. You know what? Whether it's a skate or a stick, if you take the guy's feet out from underneath him, you're going to go. So there you have it. Jensen to lean in for the draw for the Eagles. He goes in against Aguilera as it's cleared off the glass and out. Rudrud controls. Back up to the line for Luke Middlestad. Now brother John to the corner for Jensen. Nope, check that for Smith. Jensen is camped in front. Now they find Jensen. Quick shot and a better save by Welsh. Batted down at the line by Luke Middlestad. Nice read as he gets away from Aguilera, who spins him to the boards. Now there's John Middlestad with it. Back over for Luke. Right circle. A shot and a save made there by Welsh. See how they work this up high. Draw him in. Go against the grain. And there's some room to walk. That's a good play there. If you have the ice and the time and space and the ice, you take it. And they did just that. Jensen in the face-off taken by Harvey. Play back around. Checked on the play and bumped was Aaron Holes. And back behind the net, Smith is there. He'll play this one back behind. Flipped up in the air and sent out. 1:09 to go in the man advantage. 5.5 to go in a fast-moving first period. Luke Middlestad with it. Gathers it back in. Kicks it to safety. Plays ahead for John Middlestad, who will work it up the left wing side. Trailer for Jensen. Score! Snipe! Oh, my word. 1-0 Eden Prairie. Well, trust me, that was a beauty right there. Jack Jensen rattles that one in off the post, and the Eagles take the 1-0 lead.
Scoring for the Eagles on the power play is 21st of the season, number 18, Jack Jensen.
21st of the season for Jack Jensen. They'll try to play this one through the slot area, and it's going to be the Cougars in control with it. Cam Langfells is there, swatted back in on the play by Zach Ulrich, and there's Keegan Langfells to make the play. Off the skates of Batchelder. Holtz was there. Now it's going to be Batchelder back in behind for Keegan Langfells. Outlets to the left wing side for Wilhite as he kicks this one to Batchelder. Back into the center ice area it goes. Played back in behind the net. Bullis better hurry. There's Aguilera. Holt will gather this one in, down back in behind the net. Now it's Langfells with it. They'll play this one along the way for Batchelder as he has some room, gets away from Schumacher. Now it's a 3-on-2 across line. Holt, Wilhite, ooh, underneath the stick there, right to open up on the forehand, couldn't get it. Held in at the line. Nice job by Keegan Langfells, the veteran senior, getting it done. Back into the corner. Holt checked on the play into the wall by Calderon. And now it's going to be the Cougars. They can't transition. Since the two power plays, the Eagles have kind of seized control of the tempo and pace of this hockey game. Wilhite sends that one back in. Back into the corner it goes. It's going to be the Cougars who try to outlet out of the zone. Jones is there to play the body. Jones plays this one for Stansberry. That's knocked away from him by Schumacher. Back in behind the net it goes. It's going to be Calderon with it. Off the stick of Steinhagen. Now it's going to be Arget Singer in front of his bench area. Stansberry plays back for Pager. He's going to backpedal and drag him in. Arget Singer now is going to, or Pager rather, is going to hang on to it. Up the middle he goes. In deep for Carson Jones. Turns and plays it for Lilliard. Look for him in the slot area. Now Jones will turn, shot, and a pad save. Good bid there. Oh, that was fought up. They score! Oh, a tough one as that one rattled its way down and beat Welsh. You'll see this right there. Jones with the shot. And I believe that was Stansberry who dented the twine for the 2-0 Eagle lead. Second of the season for Kai Stansberry. Carson Jones in on the assist as we saw that initial shot taken by him. Back in behind the net it goes. It's going to be Gunderson in control with it as he plays this one along the wall. The Eagles will be content to send that one right back in. Lutke gets underneath the check. To the right wing it goes for Aaron Holes. Now John Middlestead. Oh, redirect. That was a beauty play there. Better save again by Welsh. He's keeping this one a 2-0 game right here off of this opportunity. We'll take a look as John Middlestead gathers it in from the line. The stick is down going to the net on the redirect. Great shot pass, the chasse, if you will. And the redirect by Jack Jensen. Jack Jensen quietly having himself, not quietly, but having a terrific campaign here. Up to the line it goes. There's a wrist shot that's deflected. That one by the Eagles, A.J. Horton. Now across the line they go. Chipped over to the near side. Gunderson, that's taken away by Holt back out of the zone. He's got Will Height to his right. Holt across the line, stays on the puck in front. And that one just goes over the top of the net. Now Aguilera with it. Plays it at the line, stopped by the Eagles. Jensen in transition across the line. Jensen leaves off for Holt, walk, shoots. Oh, and a nice quick save there. He had to be Johnny on the spot. That was turned aside again by Welsh. 1:44 to go in period number one. That gets away from Cam Langfells, and Keegan Langfells will take over in the neutral zone. He looks up ice. That's deflected by Jensen, back in wide of the mark. And it'll be played off the boards. Will Height was there as they were looking to work the zone, that being the Cougars. It was Tom Kroll who made that play for them. Gets underneath the stick of the defense. That's Reese Calderon. No icing on the play. Welsh will play that back over for Calderon. Stick check there. Nice play by Jones. Now it's going to be handled by Kroll to the line. Luke Middlestead plays it to an open space. Little reach back there for a redirect for Stansberry. No go. Back behind the net now. Carson Jones is there. Loses the handle as Samuel Askey is going to be content to just flip and run. As this is sent in deep to the zone, it's going to be Ryan Williams at the corner and icing the call with 49 to go in the period. We'll bring it back into Lakeville South territory. And we'll face that off to Welsh's right. Face-off played in front. There's John Middlestead with a bid. And once again, behind the net it goes. John Middlestead will hurry to get there before Portner. Cross the line. Here's a chance. Bullis to save the rebound of the slot. 27 to go. Back up ice they go. Here come the Eagles in transition. There's a quick shot by Rudrud that's turned aside by Welsh. Down goes a Eagle player. That was Rudrud. 12 to go in the period. Delayed penalty. Are they going to get a Cougar player again? They do have another penalty coming up. This one was behind the play. Third power play now for the Eagles. Yanni Kivialmi has had enough. This will be the 6th minute of penalties levied out here in this first period. Doesn't change anything at this stage, so Jensen the face-off, Rudrud the shot. Smith gets it for Luke Middlestead. Held up on the play. And that does it for the period. And what a good one it was for the Eagles. A pair of goals. Jensen and Stansberry. It's now 1-0 Eden Prairie. We'll be back with more. Don't forget high school hockey coverage presented in part by Walser Toyota and Bloomington Tradition Companies. That's traditionco.com. And don't forget about Shirts Unlimited, Tavern 4 and 5, Green Mill Pizza, and Tria. We'll be back with more right after this. Prairie High School hockey continues here from the Rec Center, and we're joined by Walser Toyota's Doug Sprinthal. And once again, this store couldn't be any more beautiful, Doug. And high school hockey's on the air. It's always a great day for that.
Yeah, it really is, and we're a big supporter of high school hockey. Andrew Walser, one of the two brothers that owned the company, was a star at Edina. I think that his goals against is getting better as he gets older. Is that possible? The statistics might change?
Typically, you'll take the two after the dots, and they get smaller, but he's just taking the big number and making that one smaller.
Yeah, that's right.
Andrew Walser and I went to high school together.
Oh, you did?
He was 86, I was 85. Great guy, and it's been really amazing to watch how this whole organization has really grown in the Twin Cities. And you guys have, I think, some great sales strategies that are working.
We really do, and not to sound like this is the Andrew Walser show, but he was the guy that started it, 17 or 18 years ago. We used to be a negotiating dealership group just like everybody else. And Andrew was smart enough to see the future, I think, and the internet and what it was going to do to our business. And we went to a commission-free, non-negotiating sales strategy. The first couple of years were rough, but then once people figured out what we were trying to do, it's really, really popular. There's no more arm wrestling. We put the prices on the internet and on the cars so people really can spend their time doing what they should be doing, which is picking out the right car.
Well, what's really great to promote that concept is when you walk into the store, I see tons of round tables with 4 chairs and salespeople walking with iPads or Microsoft Surface. And it's one of those things where it's less combative, maybe. It's a little more open to being comfortable.
You notice that we're sitting in one of the, I think it's the only closed office on the show floor. And this is the general manager's office. This is where he counts the money. I'm just kidding. The sales managers sit usually kind of on the show floor with the salespeople. Because really, when they get managers involved in deals, it's about selection or maybe monthly payment, that sort of stuff. It's not trying to talk somebody into doing something they don't want to do. And it really fits well with Toyota's strategy as well. Toyota fits the sales strategy almost perfectly, I think.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, when the Walsers bought this store, we were, I think, dead last in the metro. It was over in Southtown. This is the 4th move in 20 years. And we're usually number 2 or number 3 in the whole north central region. That's Illinois, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah. So we haven't hit number 1 yet, but we're sure trying. And it's been a huge improvement. Part of it's the facility, but I really think that the biggest thing is the experience people get here. It's so much better than it used to be.
So if I'm looking for a car and I'm looking to shop and I'm looking at a Toyota, what will my experience be from start to finish? I come in, I pick out my car, the financing process, and then how about the support on the back end with service and that?
That's really an interesting question. Usually the shopping starts on the internet, so we try to give as much information to customers before they even come in. And we find a lot of them make selection. You mentioned the finance process, and I'm glad you brought it up because I would have forgot about it. We eliminated the traditional finance office years ago because it was a bad customer experience. We sell a lot of cars here. Our store will sell, give or take, 7,000 cars out of this store every year. And even though we had good finance people, there was always a bottleneck, especially on Saturdays. So people would agree to buy a car and then wait for 4 or 5 hours. It was terrible. So we thought, let's develop a system where the salespeople can handle the whole finance transaction sitting with the customer. So if you find a car you like here and say yes, our goal is to get you out of here in 30 minutes or less. We don't always get there, but it's a really quick process. That doesn't mean that the selection process is 30 minutes. That can go on for
But that's
hours
up to you,
or
the
days.
buyer, too.
Right. But it's just, we're consumers too, and once we say we want something, we want it. So we've set that up to do that here.
Well, what's great about that is you take the variable out of the Saturday. Let's say you come at 4 o'clock and it closes at 6. It's a hard close, or someone does stick around. But you have to have someone come back on Monday, and then it becomes an elongated deal.
Here at 6:05 that wants to buy a car, we'll stay open.
Okay, well, good. Just making sure, so nobody's running out. So, but it's a totally different process, and it's very comfortable. It's welcoming. And you know what I always notice whenever I come in this store? It's busy. There's always people. There's ample people to help and serve the customers as well. I think that's a key component too. You don't have to stare around and wait for anybody to come assist you as well.
Yeah, that's true. We do lose people out on the lot. It's about 7 acres of cars out there, and sometimes in the summertime people wander around going, I'm going to get help, and occasionally they have to wander inside. We try to prevent that, but we're not always perfect.
And then finally, from a service perspective, what do you have going on here?
Well, the service operation, it's like the military back there, because we've got 45 service bays, and we're open from early in the morning till late at night. And just the number of staff that it takes to manage that and call people back, because that's really what people want, is quick answers. We do have shuttle services if you don't want to hang out and wait. The lounge actually is really nice. And we made a multi-$1,000 investment in coffee. So we don't have dealership coffee. It's actually stuff that you'd want to drink. So
imagine that.
It's weird.
It's actual good stuff. Doug, great stuff. Thank you for supporting high school hockey. And, for a lot of these kids, this is their NHL. This is their show. And it's really fun to make this special for them. And if you guys don't do this, we can't do that. So we appreciate you and Walzer for sure.
And we appreciate that. It's always... dealers are really good at giving back to the community, and because of Andrew's history as an amateur hockey player, this is one of his soft spots, so we're happy to do it.
Be sure to start your shopping process at walzer.com. Head on in here to the Toyota store. It's right off 494 on the what would be south side, just west of France Avenue, or for those of you that would know, right next to Sensors. Does that work for you?
Multi-million-dollar ad budget, and we're right next to a bar, and now everybody knows where we are.
Ding. Doug Sprinthal, thanks a lot. We'll be back with more high school hockey right after this. Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, between periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, right?
Sorry. I just say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it. Yeah. Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have a passion. We don't want it to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their money's in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion. We have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years, but with I think some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help, and I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, it's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this. Securities offered through Pro Equities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Tradition Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Tradition Wealth Management, LLC is independent of Pro Equities, Inc. And here we go. We're going to get ready to start the second period. Was talking to Chad Kruger of the Lakeville South Cougars, and one of the things he was pointing out, I asked him, is your club, have they been on the ice? He said not much this week, obviously. And he said, look for a better second period from this edition. So started off pretty solid. Eagles with a really good jump throughout the first period, though, which became problematic for sure. So Jack Jensen opens the scoring for his club, and then he's followed up with a Kai Stansberry goal. And it's 2-0 Eden Prairie as we prepare to start the second period. And we're underway. The Eagles in control, moving from left to right across your screen. Thanks for joining us here tonight at the mnhockey.tv. Don't forget, Edina Wayzata going at it as well at this very same time. Couple of monster matchups here. Middlestad with it. We saw Wayzata play very well against this Eden Prairie edition last week. I believe that was on Saturday as the days start to mesh into one. Up and out of play it goes. Jensen to take the draw against Aguilera. Power play now for Eden Prairie. Rolls for another 125. Luke Middlestad with it. If you're wondering, Edina Wayzata tied at 1 right now as they're in the first period with 4:11 to go in it. Back into the corner it goes to the slot area. Ooh, stood up. Nice hit by Middlestad as he takes out Harvey. Quick shot, scores! Ooh, Rudrud. It's 3-0 Eden Prairie. Power play goal. You get a good look at this. Rudrud finds a little seam there and just goes bar down. Boy, this Eagle team is sniping here tonight. Like to mention that this period once again is presented in part by Tria and Shirts Unlimited. Back down the line it goes for Adam Harvey. First penalty of the game now coming up. This one will be on the Eagles. First penalty for the Eagles. We'll see this one hard into the wall they go. We'll watch that. Ooh, yep. It's kind of a no man's land bit. And Argetsinger's going to go. They gave him a 5. I think they did. Lee Smith's palms went up. They did. So a major penalty. This is a big deal for Yanni Kivialmi's addition to jump back into this one as quick as they can. Down by 3 here in the second period. Off the boards and back through net center it goes. The wide of the Mart it goes. So they got a boarding major on Argetsinger. Off to the right wing side it goes. Going to play this one to the corner. On it now, it's going to be Portner. Looks to play back into the corner for Aaron Holes up to the line. Handled by Lutke. Portner now chases it to the corner. Watched away by Schultz. Back up to the line. Lutke plays it to the right side for Malinsky. Back up to Malinsky from the corner. Now it's going to be handled again. Malinsky walks and shoots into the midsection of Bullis. He hangs on. Faceoff comes up to his left. 4:13 to go in the major. Called to Argetsinger. Good look at Bullis there making the save. Jensen leans in, pokes that one up to the line. They'll sit on this one, play it to the near side. Gunderson played down by Alasky. He gets it back. Ooh, right circle. Oh, look at that puck movement. Rolls the stick, though, if Gunderson keeps it alive. Alasky now. There's a one-timer poked off the stick of Aguilera. He wanted the one-timer from the low slot area. Back in behind the net it goes. Ulrich is there. Checked on the play by Schultz. Now it's going to be handled and played up to the right point, controlled and played down the wall. Lasky there at the bid. Now in control with it, played back into the corner by Jack Novak. Now it's going to be a shot again. Oh, that one off the side of the mark from Lasky. Checked on the play there. That's Keegan Langfels as he stands over his man who tries to stay on the puck. They maintain possession to the Cougars. 3:22 to go in the major penalty. Now it's going to be carried through center. Jensen with it. Plays this one to the corner. Walks along the line. Shallow angle. Turned aside by Welsh. Jensen gets it back. Gets it back for Cam Langfels, who plays over for Luke Middlestead. Sits on it. Chips that off the glass. Smith is there to kick it to safety. Pokes it across the line, looks for Jensen, who plays that one in deep with one hand. Nice play there. Lasky, bothered by Smith, as he'll now set up shop with 2:53 to go in the 5-minute power play. Off the skate, Jones is there at the line, keeps it in. No one really there to make the call, but it was good from here, so we play on. Now it's the Cougars, stood up by Jones, away from Smith. Cam Langfels finds an opening off the boards behind for Gunderson, who will set up for the Cougars behind his own net. Smith, nice forecheck here. Rudrud steps on now for Jones, and now across the line it's Harvey. Harvey's going to be bumped by Luke Middlestead to the corner, a little bit of support out of the corner. Turning away from that one is Aaron Holz as they'll play it up to the left side. High on the line it goes, Lutke. Over to the right side for Malinsky, back for Lutke. He'll guide it down to the left wing side for Portner behind the net. They had a man in the slot area there. That was Harvey, missed the mark. Due to that, all the way to center and back into the Cougar zone it goes as they'll play this one through center across the line. Portner, Harvey, shot that one's blocked, and that up and out of play. Some nice looks there by the Lakeville South Cougars. They have 1:54 of the major penalty remaining. We're rocking the Thunderstruck for you here. Face-off win to the line. Quick shot off the glass. That one taken by Lasky. Now the puck will be handled by Gunderson. Back over for Lasky. Down to the right wing side they go for Novak. Novak back up high. He goes for Lasky to Novak. He'll walk away from Rudrud. Horton gets a body on his man. Bullis reaches to his right and covers that one up. And will face off to his left now with $1:32 to go in the major penalty. You know, we always talk about how warm it is here at the Eden Pro. Oh, look at this. Another penalty coming up. Horton's going to go. Marbles clearly changing pockets here in the second period. We're balancing it up, folks. So major action. Now you turn that into a 5-on-3 for $1:32. Face-off win by the Cougars to the right point. It's Lutke try to guide that through. Jensen makes the play. Oh, he gets away from one man. He's got a one-on-one now with Malinsky. He's going to play this one through the slot of the backhand. Stopped. Welsh wisely plays off, doesn't want the face-off in his zone. Harvey now back up through the neutral zone for the Cougars. He has some help, 3-on-3 across the line. Now he leaves off, up high at the point. That's controlled by Malinsky for Lutke. Fanned on that partially, but it gets to his man anyway in Harvey. They'll play this one back behind. Harvey, watched on the play by Keegan Langfels, quickly uses the feet to get over to the puck off the far wall. Back in behind the net it goes now. Harvey again plays it to an open wing. They'll play that back up to the line. It's Lutke with it. He'll give that one up to the top of the point for Malinsky. Guides it to the right wing. Quick shot. Nice save, Bullis. And Jensen finds an opening and sends that the length of the ice. 34 to go in the original penalty of the major for Max Argetsinger, and 58 to go now in the A.J. Horton infraction. Puck is turned over in the slot. Schultz finds the opening and sends that one the length of the ice back in behind the net. Welsh will set this one up for Aguilera as he'll wind it up looking to the left wing side. Misses the mark, and icing will be the call. And back into Cougar territory we go. 11-12 to go in the second period right now. We'll pay a visit now to Henry Welsh, the 6'2 senior goaltender. He's been so good here this year. I've seen him a lot, and he gives me, from my perch, an absolute steady, solid effort every night in goal for his addition. I like how he approaches the game. And another icing penalty. That kills off the Argetsinger penalty. Looked over at the bench on the Cougar side. A couple of arms folded. You could see a little disappointment there in how things are shaken down. Face-off win by the Cougars. 24 to go in the man advantage. I'll take this one straight up the chute with Alasky. Left wing side. Nico Aguilera is there. Look out. Batchelder on the turnover. 13 to go. Batchelder loads it up. Misses the mark. Welsh didn't see that one off the deflection to the near side. Aguilera gives it to the right wing for Ulrich. Ulrich across the line and offside on the way in was Novak with 3 to go in the man advantage. Little Def Leppard for you here. Wow. Let it go. What a great piece that is. Eagles now at full strength. They kill off the major and the second penalty for the 5-on-3. 10:26 now to go here in the period. Set through traffic, left wing side it goes. It's going to be handled by Argetsinger for Pager. Pager looks up to the right wing side for Rudrud, who guides that one in behind. Welsh plays this one. Middlestat came over. Now it's going to be handled by Rudrud. Lutke was there, Rudrud as well. Middlestat, now Rudrud back behind the net. Smith comes away with it, fought off a stick check there to the corner. Rudrud now looks for John Middlestat. Going to the net was Smith. Argetsinger lost the handle at the line to the neutral. Goes for Pager. Plays over for John Middlestat, but he's gathered in by Malinsky. Moving up on the play was Steinhagen off the glass and back in Eden Prairie territory it goes. Now it's going to be Pager with it up ice. Pager takes what he has. Now across the line, leaves it for Smith. Smith sends a hard pass over off the skate of Rudrud. Rudrud comes away with it, protects the puck, gathered in the stick there. And now it's going to be John Middlestat. Give and go! And a blocker pad save. Smith and John Middlestat creating. Now it's Rudrud. Back behind for Smith with it. Smith now looks to play this one up to the line. Oh, poked away from Pager. Back the other way they go with Steinhagen. He's stopped by Argetsinger, who came across. Holt finds Argetsinger quickly right next to him. As Argetsinger across the line leaves for Wilhite. Gifted it back. Nice pass from Jensen. Wilhite to the backhand. Misses the mark. He'll carry through into the corner. Wilhite guides this one off the boards. Holt in front. That hits a pair of skates. Wilhite slaps at that one. And now it's going to be carried out of the zone by Riley Portner. From center, he plays that one in. Icing your call. As we'll bring it back down into Lakeville South territory. .8:35 to go. Single goal here in the second period for the Eagles. Spencer Rudrud followed up goals in the second period. His goal in the second period on goals in the first from Jensen and Stansberry. So those are your 3 goal scorers here so far tonight. That hits Kresbach on the way in. Lilliard is there. Glass, but not out. Luke Middlestat chopped that one toward the goal mouth area. Rolling puck as he played that one down. Now it's going to be Middlestat again as he's watched on the play by Portner. Middlestat again, fights it off. Now Lilliard with it, sends a shot through. Rebound. Ooh, good look there for Jensen. Now it's going to be Kresbach. Hard-working wingers here. Kresbach and Lilliard, who join their man up front, all seniors here for the Eagles. Long pass off the right wing side. Icing as they look for Cole Aaronholz. And we'll bring it back into Lakeville South territory with 7:57 to go here in the period. Back behind now, stood up on the play is Holt, but he stays on it. Look for Batchelder through the slot area. Big check there. Behind the net. Wilhite walks along the line. Holt scores! Oh, what a play there. Eagles 4, Cougars nothing. Watch this out of the corner. We won't. I hit. Something's going on here, but I think I know what it is. My bad. But believe me, you can rewind and pull back your DVR on your YouTube player and see that one. That was a beauty. Four to nothing now as Drew Holt gets into the act. Horton now looks for Schultz. Steinhagen watched him. Now it's going to be Smith. Checked on the play. Back on the stick for Bakke. Off the end boards it goes. Look out in front. That one wide of the mark. Now it's going to be played back by Steinhagen to the corner. Picked up by Mittelstadt. Bakke was there to make the play. Now up to the line it goes. Smith plays this one through, and it's going to be handled by Mike Kruger. Back into his own zone, watched by Rudrud. Rudrud wins the race there and plays. Looked like he had Smith there for a second. To the line, Horton keeps, plays back in behind for Smith. Watched by Kruger. Smith looks out front through the goal mouth area. Off the boards up. Look out, Paul Ranheim. Sent packing there on the bench. As cool as a cucumber. Jones in the face-off circle now with Nico Aguilera. There's a quick snapper that misses the mark. Back in behind the net. Batchelder wins it, hustles, stays on it, turns and shoots. That's off a pair of shins. Ulrich plays ahead. On the stick now for Gunderson as he gets this one in deep. Back behind the net. Schultz was there. Plays it ahead. Now Horton comes up with it. Looks up for Stansberry, but that's going to be cut off on the way down by Ulrich. Now it's going to be Ulrich winning the battle and finding his man in Aguilera over to the right wing side. There's a shot that deflects. Oh, nice save by Bullis. That thing stopped a couple of times on its way in, changed direction. Bullis makes a terrific save there, icing the call. Take a look at this save by the Eden Prairie goaltender right there. That was a beauty. Through center ice they go with it now. That's going to be Portner. Gets through a couple of sticks and guides it back in behind the net. Aaron Holes was there. He's watched by Jensen. Aaron Holes looks up to the line. No, it goes for the shallow angle. And now it's going to be the Eagles in transition with Holt. Holt now with it. And they'll play this one to the line. Sent right back to Jensen. Nice stick there to play that one away by Kate Ehrenholz. Sent in deep by Pager, cut off by the goaltender. That's Henry Welsh. 5:18 to go in period number 2. Cut off by Holt. Plays this one down for Wilhite. Holt protects, turns, couldn't get the trigger pulled as it's going to be Adam Harvey. Now it's going to be Argetsinger. That's deflected away and sent right back in by Riley Portner of the Cougars of Lakeville South. Scores from behind the net. That went off a pair of wickets. You take them any way you can. You'll see Kate Ehrenholz right here. Just deflects that one in. That hit the Eden Prairie defenseman. And we are now at 4-1 Eden Prairie. Big goal for the Cougars as they score at the 12-minute mark here of the second period, as they have an answer for 4 straight that came from the Eagles. Rudrud now for Cam Langfelds to brother Keegan. He'll turn this one up ice. Keegan Langfelds across the line, goes inside out, walks down to the backhand, try to find his way through, stays on the puck, try to tuck it into the corner. and it's going to be chipped up high in the air. John Middlestat being watched on the play by Schumacher. Middlestat protects the puck. Look out, turns over to the slot. Schumacher tried to get there, turns. Oh, it's Bakke rather. That 8 looked like a 2. There's Schumacher with the body on Smith, back in behind as Bakke forechecks. He'll come away with it. What a shift by him. Bakke again shoots that one right in on goal as Bullis makes the save. Now the Cougars are energized. Looks like they did at the start of the game. That one deflected wide of the mark by Schumacher. Down on the play goes Cam Langfels. Steinhagen is there. That one goes up over the top of the goal. Eagles are reeling, and the Cougars are forechecking. Back up into the neutral zone it goes. It's going to be Lutke jammed by Smith and just offside at the line. As in came John Middlestat. Tough shift for the Eagles. Terrific work by the Cougars. Luke Middlestat now finds Schultz off the stick of Jones. Now it's going to be handled by Elaski off the boards, but there's Batchelder to dribble that one in on goal, and that'll be hung on to by Welsh. Will face off to his right with 3:41 to go. Thanks for joining us here at the MNHockey.tv. We got Edina girls in action tomorrow night as they'll take on Elk River. And then on Saturday, we're going to head over to Pagel Activity Center where these same Eagles will be taking on Minnetonka. They had a memorable affair about a week ago Thursday. It was something else. That one wide of the mark was 0-0 with 6 minutes left. In the hockey game, Eden Prairie or Minnetonka did what they do. They finished with authority, but that was something. That game, the Eagles, from a sectional perspective, have no reason to feel why they couldn't skate 51 minutes with Minnetonka, as they did pretty much most of that evening. We'll have that for you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. That's the only game on Hockey Night Minnesota at the MNHockey.tv. Played rink wide now. The Cougars in possession with it. Send that one in deep. Schultz tries to get a stick on Aguilera, who controls at the corner. Extra jump clearly in the steps now of the Cougars. Penalty coming up, and there's an example of what that jump can do for you. Out of the corner they go and kept the feet moving and have a battle going on, and I'll just say the little holding call there. Tonight's coverage presented in part by Tria, Shirts Unlimited. That's shirts with a Z. And also don't forget about Tavern 4 and 5, your go-to for pre-gaming. And how about it's not just a pizza joint anymore, it's also the Green Mill. Terrific product there. They've got a great sports bar brewing there. Right on the corner of 212 and Prairie Center Drive. I believe it's off Commonwealth, if my memory serves me correct. Steinhagen is there. Another penalty coming up. This one now will be on the Cougars as we'll even it up 4-on-4 with 2:33 to go. Will Hyde in the circle. He went in against Adam Harvey, and it's the Cougars who come away with it in their own zone with Griffin Lutke. Outlets to the right wing side. Nice evasive play there. Now it's going to be Jensen taking from Luke Middlestat over for Keegan Langfels. Will Hyde takes the bump pass from right to left. Back to the corner he goes. That's off a pair of skates to center ice he goes. The 4-on-4 is going to roll here for now another minute 20. We have 2:04 to go in the period. Middlestat winds this one up. Luke Middlestat across the line. He's got Jensen with him. They got awfully close on the way through. And there's Welsh to make the save. Man, you let your fingers do the rocking on this one on the base. Unchained. Now it's going to be Middlestad up to the line. Keegan Langfell's shot that's off a stick. Rudrud with it. Luke Middlestad tried to pull that one away from the oncoming Nico Aguilera, but nice job by Middlestad to win the battle back the other way. Aguilera, sends a long pass. Nifty one there for Novak. One-on-one with Keegan Langfells. Tried to pull it to the forehand as he is waiting for the oncoming Sam Alasky. Back to center, it's going to be Aguilera. He has a man open on the near side, and Gunderson off the stick of John Middlestad back into Eden Prairie territory with 1:15 to go in the period. Now it's going to be Keegan Langfells who comes away with it. Plays ahead for John Middlestad across the line as he'll gain some turf. Walks it on goal. Try to force that one through the 5-hole. Welshow shuts the door. Watch this nice little play by John Middlestad. He had something. And then he found his way through traffic, and then once again, there's your goaltender to make the save. Cougars have been doing a nice job in the circle here, winning some face-offs in the second period. Jack Jensen and his team with their 4-1 lead back up through center ice. Jensen cuts against the grain, watched by Schumacher, gets away from one man. Nifty little play there. Turned aside by Welsh. Now it's a 10-second power play for the Eagles. They'll have an opportunity to set it up with 43.4 to go in the period. We'll see if they can get anything going here. The Cougars are going to want to shut the door and take this one into the break. They stopped the hemorrhaging. Cam Langfell's shot's off a pair of skates. It's Malinsky with it, playing to center ice. Argetsinger took that one from Cam Langfells. Welsh plays it down. In comes Holt. He's going to elect to hang on to it. Now the Cougars at full strength. We're 5-on-5 with 29.1 to go here in the period. Face-off win. Now it's going to be Luke Middlestad with it. Protects and angles his way through the slot area. Jack Jensen now. His shot's blocked. Nice job in the positioning there by Harvey. Keegan Langfells and Harvey. Now it's going to be in front of the bench area. Down goes Jensen. Puck rolls to the line, but not out. Here come the Cougars with 6 to go in the period. Try to get a shot off from the slot. Look out. It's working its way through. They score! Oh, a big goal there. 0.2 seconds remaining in the period. And we have a hockey game, folks. It's now 4-2. That one got really curious there as it kind of rattled its way down the slot area. Guys were trying to take bodies. The puck just sort of worked its way through a couple of rudders. And the next thing you know, it's in the back of the net. 4-2. We're going to drop the puck. It's ceremonial at this stage. And we take it to the break. Eden Prairie had a 2-0 lead after 1. They now have a 4-2 lead after 2. Nice fight back, nice pushback by the Cougars. We'll have a great third period coming up for you as we continue high school hockey from the Eden Prairie Community Center at the mnhockey.tv. High school hockey continues for between periods. A great season as always, as high school hockey is at its finest here at mnhockey.tv. And we're joined by Dan Werner, the general manager of the Green Mill in Eden Prairie. And I'm in a newly, well, shall I say, remodeled, renovated restaurant that no longer feels like a pizza joint. It feels like a sports bar in here, buddy. What's going on?
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of throw out the old kind of venue in a sense of making more of a family restaurant. We still are able to option the family-style restaurant, but we wanted to kind of classify it as more of a sports bar. So we upgraded. We got 16 brand new TVs, more of a bar sitting area, and we play the sound for most games. So we definitely invite those of you that are into games and watching those things to join us for that. So,
is it just this location for Green Mill, or all of them changing to this?
A lot of them are being remodeled. Those that are phased out at 20 years old. This restaurant right here is 27 years old and it had never been retouched for a remodel. So it was due. We are a franchise, therefore corporate stores are kind of, in a sense, on their own in what they want to remodel and go that route. But, yeah.
In terms of your menu, we were talking about that too. So no longer is it pizza, but you've got a full menu of which you say is selling quite well.
Yeah, definitely. We have an array of pastas. We have limited time offers. This month alone, we have a limited time pasta offer. So we come out with new pastas every month. Right now, it's buy 2 pastas, get a free bottle of wine. So we do a lot of appetizers, wings, pizzas, pastas. We got different types of happy hour appetizers, things like that. Yeah.
So you buy 2 pastas and you're getting a free bottle of wine to go with it. That is fantastic. That's incredible. Now, another thing you said, I just live up the road. You're on the corner of, well, I mean, from a more global scale, the corner of Flying Cloud Drive and Prairie Center Drive, you turn and just go west a couple blocks, and you're right there on the corner.
Just behind Walmart.
And that's Commonwealth. That's the main road, just behind Walmart. This is kind of the core, the heart of the retail area of Eden Prairie, which is hopping, of course, easy to get to. But if you want to eat from home, and I know we have a lot of Eden Prairie families and people in the area, Bloomington too. I don't know what your delivery area is, but it's just not pizza that you're delivering here.
No, we deliver full menu. As long as you are in the surrounding of Eden Prairie, we deliver to all of Eden Prairie. We go to some businesses that are in Minnetonka, so I urge you, if you are kind of on the outskirts, certainly give us a call, give me chat with me. We do a lot of business delivery. But yeah, as long as you're in Eden Prairie, full menu.
Take advantage of that for sure. How about as far as functions, teams, and celebrations? What do you have in play for that?
Certainly. We do have a lot of sporting events here when it comes to end-of-the-year parties. Hockey teams, we definitely do Eden Prairie High School sports. They always have their parties here. Just about every Saturday we get the little league guys in here. We do fundraisers as well. So I do urge, if you are in the sports kind of association within Eden Prairie, we give 20% back on all fundraising. So that's a good way to support your community and kind of focus on the cost of that stuff.
And so in terms of how that looks, does that be, for instance, like there's a day for baseball or football or hockey, whatever, if it's whatever day you guys choose, 20%, do you have to make like a note to say, hey, I'm with Eden Prairie baseball or hockey? Is that how it works?
Yeah, certainly. We provide the vouchers, so I urge you again, give me a call. Again, I can walk anybody through that, any team manager. It's certainly a good way to fundraise and build kind of take some of them costs away for some of the association. Beautiful.
And then you also said that you're a part of some of the other teams, Nordic and other. Can you touch on what you're doing with the other EP sports teams as well, it's in terms of promotion?
Yeah, certainly. So my goal is to really, support the community, and by that is anything within the high school and middle schools and elementary schools. So I support the Nordic ski team. We promoted with them, so they got the little cards with deals on them, 5 off 25 with that, as well as the boys and girls basketball teams. So we do some promotions with that inside their advertising and booklets. So we feed the teams for kind of free in a sense of that and a little trade. So
that's great stuff. Dan Werner, your general manager of Green Mill here in Eden Prairie. Give us your official address and website.
It's 8266 Commonwealth Drive here in Eden Prairie. You can find us at greenmill.com. Just search for Eden Prairie.
We'll be calling for delivery this week for sure, my friend.
Certainly. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll be back with more high school hockey right after this.
I'm Callie Funk. I'm the program director for the Herb Brooks Foundation, and I've been with the foundation since January of 2017, so a little over a year and a half. I think that Herb Brooks would be very proud of the program. He always talked about building it from the ground up, and I think that's exactly what we're doing here. We're having youth participate, and they can start whenever they'd like, and we're not trying to make that pyramid, we're trying to just keep the base growing all the way up, and I think he'd really be proud of what we're doing here.
The Herb Brooks Foundation started the Rink Rep program over 10 years ago to give the kids a chance to play the game my dad loves so much. Our Rink Rep program is supposed to be fun. Gotta smile, remember it's just a game. Get out and exercise, play all year round. Play on the ice, play in your driveway, play at school. We just hope that you love the game.
So we really try to emphasize the importance of Herb Brooks and the 1980 Miracle team within our program. Herb Brooks stood for a lot of different valuable life lessons, and so we really want to instill the importance of positivity, teamwork, and really coming together as a team in order to meet one common goal.
The Herb Brooks Foundation started the Rink Rat program over 10 years ago. We started it to really keep my dad's legacy alive with children. His philosophy always was to give the game back to the kids and learn to love the game the way he grew up playing, and that was with his buddies out on Lake Phelan, playing street hockey, just those pickup games. And we wanted to have that atmosphere built in for these young children instead of structured association hockey. We wanted to get the kids back playing. At the end of the Rink Rat session, we hope kids take away from the program, number one, friends. I hope they made friends and had fun. And we hope they have a true love for the game, the way that we love the game. We have had several kids go on to play association hockey from our inner city Rink Rat program. We've educated parents on how to enroll their kids in association hockey. Some of them didn't even know there was such a thing.
So we currently are mostly involved in Minneapolis, and that's all areas of Minneapolis. We have a couple schools in North Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, Northeast, and in St. Paul. Last winter we were working out of Phelan, Harding, and the new Tria rink in St. Paul. So we really try to cover a broad area so that we can include as many kids as possible. So the best way I think to reach out and get involved would be to visit our website, herbrooksfoundation.com. You can find all of our information about the Rink Rats programs, any clinics we have in the spring or summer or fall. You can also find contact information for the foundation, as well as many different links to pictures, events such as the Sticks in Stillwater, the golf tournament, Let's Play Hockey Expo, and there's also a good following for our volunteer base as well.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Gets a little bit tight here. At the Eden Prairie Community Center. Thanks a lot for joining us here tonight. It's Eden Prairie in Lakeville South. And a nice push by the Cougars late in the period, which has made a big difference here. Now they're going to work this one across the line. It's going to be Holt with it. Holt misses the mark as that one is turned aside by Welsh. We'll see what kind of a response that the Eagles have here after they were pushed to the task. Now they'll work this one to the left wing side. The Cougars defending the goal again to the what would be the south side of the Eden Prairie Community Center. 3 rinks here. That one's going to make it the length of the ice for an icing call. This period presented, we're going to bring out all the stops tonight. Tavern, 4 and 5, your go-to for your pre-gaming right on the corner of 4 and 5 here in Eden Prairie. Of course, 5 being 5 and 4 being Eden Prairie Road. Tradition Companies, Green Mill Pizza, and Shirts Unlimited. That's Shirts with a Z. Out front they go. That one pushed back through and misses the mark. Welsh watched that one. There's a redirect, nice save. On comes Rudrud from the slot area. Lasky plays that one away. And now they're going to once again try to work it back through the neutral zone are the Cougars. Now it's going to be played in front of the bench area. No ice on the play as it's going to be Pager back in behind. Rudrud is there. Across the line, Middlestat with Smith. Poked away from him. Shot save Welsh. Ooh, quick mitt there to pull that one out of the air and keep this a 2-goal game. You'll watch the 2-on-2. You got a couple of players on their way back. Welsher reaches over and makes a nice stop. Now Jones works the draw. Back in behind the net it goes. Ludke watched by Carson Jones again. Batchelder's shots blocked to the line. Cam Lang fouls hard off the end boards. Schumacher chops at that one. Ahead it goes to Baki, who will play this one through center. Ooh, nice job with the stick there by Stansberry. And it's poked off the stick of Lutke. Batchelder, he has Stansberry. Oh, what a save and a good one there with the right pad, Welsh. Mark the tape. That was a beauty. Sent right back in behind the net. Now it's going to be handled back out of the zone. As the Eagles retreat, in comes Holt. Stansberry heads to the bench area. And now the Cougars outlet to the right wing side. Through center ice, Cam Lang fells. Better hurry as here comes Steinhagen. That gets through Bullis. Off the boards, it goes to the line. Shot deflected wide of the mark. And now on the puck, it's going to be handled by Cam Lang. Fouls as he's bumped on the play by Steinhagen to the line. Wrister, ooh, deflected wide of the mark. That 2-goal lead, it's the worst in hockey. You can feel it here. Sent in the length of the ice. Icing will be your call. As there is a good chance there as Bullis had the angle covered as the rebound was pushed through. In front it goes. Now they'll play this to the right wing side. Ulrich wide of the mark. They're offside, though they have to touch up as they did it. Wilhite was Johnny on the spot, came away with it. Holt now tried to muscle his way through. 13:49 to go here in the third period. Steinhagen looks for Ulrich up high at the line. Oh, Jensen scores! The turnover in the Barry, his second of the game, 22nd of the season. Watch this beautiful snipe again. There's the turnover, opens up. It hit Jensen's skate on its way through. Wow. Holton will hide in on the assist. Now it's going to be Smith through center. They collide in front of the penalty box area there. It's Lutke will play to the right wing side. Down to take over is Harvey. Harvey handles. Across the line they go. Luke Middlestad is there. Now it's going to be Smith with it. Checked on the play is Portner. That's off Jones' stick. Jones swats it down, and now it's going to be backpedaled and handled by Alasky. Sent in deep behind the net by Schumacher. Rung all the way around the boards through center. Picked up by Alasky. In center ice area it goes for Steinhagen. Baki was there with Schumacher. Now it's Jones ahead for Stansberry. Baki comes away with it. Looks for Schumacher. Puts on the brakes. Jones was there. Back to the line it goes for Alasky. Jones, he's a pit bull across the goal line in front. He had two men with him. That got through. Off the boards to the left side it goes for Pager. Off the mark. Batchelder makes the read, and he's going to come away with it. Batchelder, top of the circle. Guides this one back in behind. Off the glass. Played away. Now across the line. And back off the corner. Oh, that's swatted away there. Nice job by the goaltender, Welsh. Snapped. Oh, they score! What a goal there as they make the play and they bury it. It's now 6-2, Eden Prairie. Watch this beautiful tic-tac-toe, and it's 6-2. They pick up that 4-goal lead again. From the left wing side, it's sent in on goal. Bullis the save. Steers that off to the right. 10:40 to go in the third period. Ludke now to the corner. Plays this one through everyone, and that one's washed off. Long pass to the right wing side for Malinsky. Trickles in wide of the mark. Bullis plays over for Cam Langfels. John Middlestat was there. Now we'll shovel this one up for Rudrud. Can't quite get it there off the glass. It goes Schultz. Looked ahead for Smith. That one hits Middlestat. Now they'll turn this one back up ice across the line. There's a shot that's blocked. That one from Novak. And it's going to be John Middlestat in control. At center ice, it's going to be poked through the line and handled neatly by Aguilera. Here's a chance. They score! What a setup for Zach Ulrich. And the Cougars respond again right when you think they're in trouble. They bounce right back, and you'll watch this play across the line. There he just squirts through the defense, gets open in the slot area, and he buries it. It's now cut in half at 6-3. Jones pulls a draw back for Cam Langfells, and Luke Middlestat comes away with it. Keegan Langfells, rather. Now it's Batchelder. Looked ahead for Jones. This period started at 4-2, and it's now 6-3. Handled play to the right wing side. On it for the Cougars was Gunderson. Now it's Keegan Langfells. Shallow angle. Who wanted the high glove there. Luke Middlestat, though, was right there in the neutral zone as he has Stansberry to his right. He'll leave it off to the winger. He'll play ahead for Jones. Puts on the brakes at his own line. Batchelder tried to work this one through the defense, and Gunderson. And now it's going to be Lutke to make the play. And now it's going to be handled back up to the line. Luke Middlestat off the boards. Batchelder is there as he's going to stay on the puck. Leaves this one away, and here come the Cougars up ice. On it, it's going to be Portner. Plays this one back in and around. Middlestat tried to guide that one ahead. Couldn't get it there as Stansberry comes away with it. Off the boards, Keegan Langfells. Again back for Middlestat as they're using the whole ice on the breakout. Now Jack Jensen in stride back up through center, 1-on-2. He's bidding for the hat trick. Nice glove save made there. Welsh flares the leather. This is where Jensen's dangerous. When he has room through neutral and can pick up some speed like that. Kind of lost the handle. Got a shallow angle there, but still got it on net. And there was your Cougar goaltender to make the big save. There's a puck that's knocked away. Jensen stays strong on the puck. And now it's going to be Bakke with it. Back up ice. Bakke runs into a check there. Now it's going to be Holt off the boards. Looks ahead to Wilhite. Lutke checked on the play was Jensen. Wilhite again. Walks this one down the line. Sends that one in. Now Holt looks up ice. There's John Middlestat, wrist shot, blocker pad save. Missing the mark there. Wilhite now. Now Holt with it. Rolling puck to center. And now they'll work it through with Aguilera. Steinhagen stood up by Pager to the slot. There's a shot. They score! Back they come! It's now 6-4. Here come the Cougars. Another chance down low as they'll win the battle off the wall, and someone missed the man in front. They looked like they had decent positioning, but on the wrong side of that one there, as he had positioning on that puck. It's now a 2-goal game again. And we get into that tricky area of a 2-goal lead in the third period, worst to protect in all of sport. Horton plays that one ahead. Alasky was there. Although backpedal with it. Horton plays to the near side. Luke Middlestat sent right back in by Ulrich. Aguilera. Near side it goes. There's a quick shot that's off Smith. The big carom. Back up ice they go with it. Rudrud has Smith at the line. He stays. Now it's going to be John Middlestat to the corner. Hangs onto it, plays this one back behind. Rudrud with it. Cycles behind for Smith. Smith plays this one as he protects. That's off a pair of skates to center. That was Jack Novak. They'll run into a check there. And now it's going to be Smith with it across the line. Smith leaves off. There's a shot. Ooh, they had the high blocker short side. Misses the mark. Now Jack Novak with 5:54 to go. Stood up on the play on his way in was Ulrich. It's going to be picked up by Keegan Langfells off the stick of Harvey. Smith on the tape for Rudrud. He has Jones on an angle. Jones turns and try to find Rudrud up top to the slot. Instead, it's on a Cougar stick. Hustling over was Batchelder, who's had a great game here tonight. Skating very well for Lee Smith's Eagles. Back across the line, skating like a junior now. That's how I would classify that. Lots of strength out there. They get away from one man. That was Jones, and that's held at the line. They're going to have the trip. Ooh, down goes Welsh to the bench. We'll see if this is what they were talking about here. Keep your eyes on this one. Just enough to trip the man up. And the power play will be employed. Power play now with 5:12 to go in the third. As I look back up to the line for Malinsky. That deflects up and out of play. Little extra hit there after the whistle blows. Now it's Lutke with it. Puts on the brakes as he's watched by Wilhite. Wilhite, nice battle. Leaves a penalty coming up. Oh, they're going to get one on the Cougars there. That was on the Wilhite forecheck. We'll take a look at this one on replay. It'll happen right down in the slot area there. Takes it behind the net. Wilhite comes away with it. Got enough of him to impede it, they said. And now we go back to 4-on-4 for 119. Here come the Cougars up and out of the zone with it. Aguilera, left wing side. Ulrich. Now Luke Middlestat is there. John Middlestat. That's poked away by the stick. Nice job. Now it's going to be Rudrud with it. Cycles that one back in behind Malinsky. A nice feed for John Middlestat from Luke. He'll walk to the low right circle, turned aside by Welsh. Now the Cougars control 4-on-4 for another 36, 3:50 to go in the period. John Middlestat across the line. He'll have Rudrud trolling over to his right. The 4-on-4 continues now. 25 to go in it. Now Keegan Langfels. Content to leave off for Rudrud. Quick slapper, misses the mark. Hard off the end boards as it's going to be Malinsky that was there. Now it's Luke Middlestat, turns away from Malinsky. Luke Middlestat again as he works his way through traffic. Stopped again by the Lakeville South goaltender. And this one will be sent back in the length of the ice for an icing call with 3:15 to go. Eagles kill that one off. Their power play now will roll for 42 seconds. Jones with it. Now for Keegan Langfels. Ooh, one-timer fanned on there by Holt. Wilhite comes away with it, walks along line in front. Welsh, a sprawling save and a beauty. Wilhite coming from the corner all the way out front. And you'll watch the goaltender here go from the right post, keeping his pad down. There's a terrific save. Stuck with it. Makes a beautiful save and hangs on. Keegan Langfells takes over, 25 to go in the EP man advantage. Under 3 to go in the hockey game. Third period regulation. Holt looked up to Keegan Langfells. Leaves over for Jones. Jones was going to give, but nice pressure there by Aaron Holes. Cougars find the opening and alleviate the pressure. Bullis leaves off, and now off the end boards it goes. Cougars are now at full strength. Long pass off the boards. Batchelder plays this one ahead for Wilhite across the line. Tries to get through traffic. Oh, and there was Holt looking for goal number 2. Now it's going to be in front. Wilhite again bids. There's a stop, save, and they hang on. Big pile up in front. Nothing doing there. You'll see nice strength there by Henry Welsh in goal. As this thing comes to the low slot area, they take a couple of... Well, there's a nice job to negate Wilhite there. 2:17 to go here in the third. Timeout taken now, that by the Lakeville South Cougars. And they'll talk things over. .217 showing on the clock here as we get ready to start what could be a thrilling conclusion to a very good hockey team between Eden Prairie and Lakeville South on this Thursday evening. The bone-chilling cold. They're not too bad today, though. I mean, it's funny. We're getting down to like 8 below, and we're saying, hey, it's not bad today. Malinsky back up through center. Aguilera jammed by Pager. Bullis will set up. Argetsinger rings it, but can't get it through. Nice job to cut that off. Welsh is on the bench now with 1:52 to go. It's a 6-on-5. Aguilera up to the line it goes for Lutke. Or Lutke, rather, as it's played to the near side. And now it's a quick shot. Nice pad save. Bullis rebounded the slot, knocked away by Smith. That hits Smith. Trickles a backhander to the neutral with a minute and a half to go. Back in across the line, they go with Malinsky, and it's going to be held on to by Bullis with 1:26 to go here in the third period. 6-4, favor of Eden Prairie. Jensen at center. It's cut off and handled now by Lutke as he plays this one on the stick of Malinsky. And now Holt had it. Jensen looks for the Hattie. He gets it. And Eden Prairie takes the 7-4 lead, and they're going to beat the exit, or beat the traffic and head to the exit. There you see Jensen across the line, hangs on to it, taps that one home. And the Eagles now lead 7-4. .106 showing on the clock here in the third. It'll be Harvey and Stansberry to take the draw. Swatted to center and sent in by Gunderson. Horton Gets this one ahead on the stick for Kresbach. And now it's going to be off the stick to the corner and played around. Back behind the net, Kresbach was there. Stansberry tries to find an angle. Cougars to the corner. But the Eagles, Kresbach all over the place on this shift, wins the battle. Stansberry gets hung up on the stick of Welsh. Goes down in the play and wondering where that came from. Portner back at center, watched by Horton. Ooh, Portner heavy into the wall on his own there. Lost an edge. Cross the line, it's Kresbach. Tries to slice his way through traffic. Back in behind it goes for Steinhagen. 20 to go in the third. Now it's a nice little move to get away from one oncoming checker. It's Steinhagen to the right wing. Across the line they go. Sent back in behind. Horton is there as he'll just hold on to it with 6 to go in the period. Turns this one back behind as Schumacher watches. His man Schultz will hang on. And that'll do it here from the Eden Prairie Community Center, and a good one for the Eagles. They win by a score of 7-4 as they will pick up their 11th win of the season and be prepared to move on for a big one coming up Saturday night at Minnetonka against the Skippers. Once again, tonight's coverage presented in part by Green Mill, Shirts Unlimited, Tradition Companies, Tavern 4 and 5, also presented by Tria and Walzer Toyota. For Todd Grover, I'm Pete Wagner. Good night, everybody.